In this week's video, I'm going to share some tips on how to get clients to come during the day or whenever works best for you. If you find yourself scheduling people during times you really don't want to be in the office, this week's video is for you. Stay tuned. Beer me. I like to say beer me. Gets me a laugh like a quarter of the time. All right, so remember that time you thought to yourself, I can't wait to have a private practice so I could be my own boss and have the flexibility of controlling my own schedule. Now, you've got all these clients who want after school, evening, and weekend appointments. Seems like you're flexible for everybody else these days, huh? So I want to start this week's video with a little story and a shout out. So in my town, there's this really cute antique store that always has the coolest shit. It's like Joanna Gaines and Genevieve Gorder got together and had a love child, and it's just fabulous. So if you ever visit Greenville, South Carolina, check out Southern Shabby So Chic. Even the name, it's just adorable. For some reason, this store is only open Thursdays through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. What are the odds that like every other time I think to check it out, the damn store is closed? Now, what do you think the store owner would say if I walked in one day and was like, hey, I really need you to open the store for me next Monday? It's the only day I can come in, man. Do you think that he'd be like, oh yeah, sure, let me just make this one exception just for you? I know I'm in the South and all, but like, no, that shit just doesn't happen. And yet, I see therapists in private practice opening up their entire schedules to see clients in the morning, the afternoon, and in the evenings. Oh, and on Saturdays. And when I ask them why they do that, I get the same answer. I see kids and they want to have appointments after school. Or I see adults and they need evening appointments because they work full time. So then what about all these other therapists out there who only see clients on certain days and times and are doing just fine? How are they able to do it? It's almost like you believe that there's some secret that they've figured out while you're stuck seeing clients when you'd much rather be at home with your family or binge watching Netflix. I see you there. When I'm coaching a therapist who says they feel like they're dancing on the edge of burnout, one of the first things I look at is their schedule. Almost every single time, there's a huge difference between their ideal schedule, when you'd love to see clients, and their actual schedule. They have sessions 5 or 6 days a week, and it's a complete clusterfuck. They've got clients as early as 8 a.m., then a long break, a random person at noon or 1, and then back-to-back sessions from like 5 to 8 p.m. Then some of them even have clients on Saturday mornings. It's insane. But when I challenge them, they tell me that they just can't get clients to come during the day. So they feel stuck seeing people at times they'd rather not be in the office. This feeling of being stuck is actually rooted in a scarcity mentality. You have this belief that there simply aren't enough clients out there who can see you during your ideal times. So your schedule turns into this free-for-all, and then you're left feeling drained and resentful. The truth is, there are plenty of people who not only can come during the day, but who would prefer to come during the day. If you work with kids, there are families who would much rather take little Johnny out of school once a week than have to take him out of karate or whatever the hell else he's doing after school. Or maybe one parent has a flexible schedule and can easily bring Johnny in on their day off. And think of yourself. If you were looking for a therapist and they could only see you during the day, you could totally make that happen because you're a therapist. You would just move around some sessions. So don't you think there are other working professionals who could do the same thing? In all actuality, unless you have availability every single hour of every single day, there are inevitably going to be people who just can't come for one reason or another. So instead of rearranging your entire schedule for new clients who say they have to come in during the evenings or some other time you'd rather not work, you have to make your schedule work for you and then let all of your clients work around it. In order to do that, you have to first let go of scarcity and then accept the fact that you can't serve everyone. There are so many people in your community who need the very thing you can provide. So someone is either going to be able to work within your schedule, or you're going to have to refer them out, knowing that someone else is going to come up right behind them and make it work. But you have to trust the process and keep that abundance mentality. Otherwise, you'll continue to shift your schedule for other people only to feel burned out and bitter over time. So I have a bit of an assignment for you. I want you to come up with what would be your ideal schedule. Open up a blank weekly schedule and first input any standing personal appointments or commitments you have to your family. So if you have kids, this might look like taking them to their activities or picking them up from school. Anything that you do on a regular basis. If you want to get creative, you can color in these time blocks so that nothing else gets scheduled here. Next, I want you to input what you would want to do for yourself. This might look like a morning meditation, going to a class at the gym a few days a week, or whatever things you want to do for yourself on a weekly basis. Then, I want you to take a hard look at the remaining white spaces and think about when you would want to see clients. When do you do your best work? Don't worry about when you think your clients want you to work. Focus on when you want to work. Color in these spaces and see how many clients would fit here. Then do the math and determine what your fee would need to be in order for you to see this number of clients during these times and financially be able to support your lifestyle. At that point, any white space that's left can be delegated to things like admin tasks, random shit that comes up like doctor's appointments, and even time to just chill the fuck out and enjoy your life. My friend, this is called your ideal schedule. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Now, you're gonna compare that schedule to your current one. Where are you missing the mark? Meaning, you have clients during times that your ideal schedule says you should be enjoying dinner with your family. You most likely aren't going to be able to just move around a bunch of clients into your ideal spots overnight. So this is something that's going to take a little bit of time. But the first step is recognizing the parts of your schedule that aren't working for you. Then over time, as clients graduate or you're able to slide them into your ideal slots,
that's what she said.
You'll begin to feel more energized and excited about your practice. So just like that amazing antique shop in my town, your ideal clients are those who are able and willing to come see you during times that it works for you. So let go of scarcity and trust that your practice will be successful when you're performing at your best. Comment below and tell me what's kept you from sticking to your ideal schedule. Are you afraid of referring out because of scarcity? Have you believed that the only way to succeed is to see your population in the evenings or on weekends? I want to hear from you. See you next week. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to click subscribe and visit us at yourbadasstherapypractice.com. I have a free 4-part video e-course on taking your Psychology Today profile from bad to badass. Can't wait to have you join us.